If you are a fan of Gran Turismo 7 or even racing games in general, then you have to try GT7 in the PSVR2 headset. There is going to be no more immersive, fun way to play this game. Even a triple monitor setup, they won't compare to the feeling of actually being inside the car, the ability to look around, use your mirrors, really get that sense of speed and even driving lines, because you're going to be able to better tell, distances of cars and turns and objects from you. In the case of a racing game like this, actually wearing a headset on your head, it translates pretty well into the game. If you're racing a car in real life, you're probably going to be wearing you should be wearing a helmet. Luckily in VR, a headset and the field of view that it gives you actually gives you the illusion of playing the game wearing a helmet. If you want to take the experience to the next level, then I highly recommend picking up a racing wheel setup. They really aren't that expensive. This is a Logitech G920, and it's going to give you a really good experience for around 250 bucks or so. I've had this one for a long time. It works great. Now, you can go the direct drive wheel route, like a Fanatec or something like that, which is going to give you a more realistic, better driving experience, which this is something that I plan to upgrade to. But you don't have to start there, and one of those setups are going to set you back a lot more money. That being said, you don't have to have a racing wheel to play Gran Turismo 7 or racing game in VR. They're going to work with a regular, PS5 controller. It works no problem. It's just that, it's not going to give you that same experience of actually having a wheel, moving the wheel around, grabbing those paddle shifters, pushing the brake, the gas, the clutch, whatever it is. I mean, it correlates into that game so much more, and it just really makes you feel like you're doing, what you're seeing inside that VR headset. Now you're probably asking, what the heck is this crazy rig that's moving all around? And if you don't already know, this is the Uhhh 2 motion simulator. This is the standard basic unit. It has the pitch and roll movement, and this thing is probably a little bit overkill, but oh my goodness, does it add an experience with movement, and it really gives you that sense of speed and what feels like G-forces, with the seat tilting forward, back, and the roll side to side. There's just nothing like it. Even with all this stuff, I am by no means a hardcore sim racer. I'm not even that good at it, but I really do enjoy racing games in VR, and Gran Turismo 7 is simply just one that should not be missed. And I really think this is a game that once you try it in VR, it just adds so much more to the experience over playing flat screen. I really don't think you're ever going to want to go back to playing it on a flat screen. Unfortunately for Gran Turismo 7, there's no motion compensation for the chair. So when the chair goes up and down, your view kind of moves a little bit in VR, but it's actually not that bad. It could be a lot worse, and the settings for the chair aren't turned up crazy. They're still probably a little high, but it's completely doable. It works fine. With the PC VR, you can have motion compensation where your in-game view doesn't move when the chair moves around, moving your position in VR, but it works so well. This game is just so much fun in VR, and there's no other experience like this. Actually having a wheel, being able to move all around, use your mirrors. Obviously, there's no rear view mirror in this one, but there's side view mirrors. They all work. You can look all around in the car. It's literally like you're sitting in this thing, and it's just, there's no other feeling like this. And Gran Turismo 7, just a staple of a racing game. Play Assetto Corsa, Project Cars, stuff like that on PC VR, but Gran Turismo 7, come on, being able to be in VR and this is just fantastic. It's so good. And one of the things I love about the Uhhh 2, not only the movement and stuff that it gives you and the feeling that the car has actually got some speed and bumps and everything else, is I love the shifting. Every time you shift, it just, depending on the car and stuff, it jerks a little bit, and it just feels so good. I just love this thing so much. I do want to, like I said, I want to upgrade. I really want to get the Fanatec, the Gran Turismo DD Pro wheel. That's what I'm looking at getting, but it's going to set me back about $1,000 with the 3-pedal setup and the boost kit and all that. So I've had this Logitech G920 for a while, and this thing works great. It really does. It's not the best, but it's not the direct drive wheel where it's going to have the most impressive force feedback and tension on the wheel. It's not crazy hard to turn the wheel, but it works for now. And if you're just getting into VR, I think this is an excellent wheel to start out with. And this is the Xbox wheel, but I do have an adapter. I'll put a link the description, I have an adapter to make this Xbox wheel work with the PlayStation, and it works pretty well. I have no real issues. The only thing I have run into with it is in a lot of cars, like you let go of the wheel starts shaking. But, whoops, not downshifted, I'm not supposed to upshift. But you never normally notice that because your hands are always on the wheel, so that's the only thing that I've really found with this adapter and the Xbox wheel, but I haven't tried to adjust any kind of settings to see if I can get that out of there, but this works so good. And it's such an adrenaline rush, you know, these speeds on these tracks. And I'm not the best sim racer anyways, you know, I'm not a big time sim racer, I'm not a great driver, but I feel like I can drive a little bit better, I think, with the wheel and stuff combo compared to a regular controller, because it just correlates more to a real wheel. And I have a feeling with the Fanatec wheel I'd probably increase my driving abilities a little bit more, because I'm definitely not the best, but I think the feedback in that direct drive wheel would probably make me even a little bit better of a driver, I suppose. But this wheel is still a ton of fun. Oh crap! Oh crap! Even wrecks are fun in this thing. This Y'all too, the racing seat, it also has built-in vibration, so you know, you get engine vibrations and stuff through the seat. You get, you know, if you hit the rumble strips like those, you get the vibrations through your seat and stuff. But oh, save it. And then one of the things I love about Gran Turismo 7, even compared to other games like on the PC, you know, Assetto Corsa and stuff like that, and me and Tyler talked about this on the Coffee and VR show, we got into kind of an argument about it, but I love the simplicity. I can turn this thing on, it is so easy to jump into VR on this thing. You know, Assetto Corsa on the PC, you have to have a keyboard, or you have to use like, you have to go to the desktop view and stuff in VR to navigate through the menus and stuff. And you don't have to do any of that in Gran Turismo 7. You put the headset on, you can navigate everything. It's like you can turn the PS5 on, put the headset on, and be racing in Gran Turismo 7 within like a minute. I mean, it's so quick, and there's just not that barrier of entry that you have sometimes in PC VR. Now, PC VR is awesome in its own right. You know, you can tweak a lot of settings, and there's a lot of mods for Assetto Corsa, and it's a fantastic game. It's hard to compare the two, but I think people are just gonna love Gran Turismo 7 in VR. It's just, it's so much fun. If you're looking to find some awesome people to play VR with and a great community to be a part of, I really recommend joining the Discord. The link is in the description, and we'll see you all on the pavement. Later.